watching. Please like, subscribe, and don't forget to share. Welcome to Maths with Echo It. So today I'm going to be revising through quadratic equation. Quadratic equation. So I'm going to revise through how to factorize quadratic equation, solving quadratic equation. Let me use QE by formula, and how to form or find quadratic equation, and sum and equally products of roots. So we are going to be looking at this. Now let's quickly look at factorization. So let's look at factorization. How will you factorize quadratic equation? Like I told, it's just revision. So I'm going to be revising through with this question. So look at this question. We are asked to factorize 18x cubed y minus 72xy. So how will you factorize this? Anytime you have two terms, like you can see we have two terms, your mind should ruminate over difference of two squares. So you should be thinking of difference of two squares, but it's not clear enough here that we can find difference of two squares. So how are we going to get difference of two squares here? If you look at this clearly, see that we can find the highest common factor. The highest common factor between these two terms is what? Because see that 18 is here. 18 is in 72. And we have xy here. Xy is in here too. So we can factor out 18xy. So when we factor out 18xy, the first term, 18x cubed y divided by 18xy. 18 goes with 18. Y cubes y. And we have this will be squared. That's x times x times x. One of them is half, so we have x squared. So what we have here is x squared. Then over here, 72xy divided by 18xy. 18 here is 4, and xy goes with xy. So you see that over here we have 4. So what we have is 18xy, open bracket, x squared minus 4. So how will you factor this? Of course, it's clear enough that we have difference of two squares here. So we have 18xy, x squared minus 2 squares. So difference of two squares. So whenever you have difference of two squares, that will be x minus 2 and x plus 2. Now they are in factor form. This is this and this and this. That's what we mean by factorization. You put them in factor form, unlike 10 by 10. So that's what we have. Now let's quadratic equation. If you have to solve quadratic equation, let's say you are given an equation like this. Solve 15x squared, say minus 2x minus 1 equal to 0. We are asked to solve this using formula method. So of course you can factorize you can solve by factorization, you can solve by using completing the square method, by formula, and by graphical method. So but we're going to solve this using formula method. That means you should remember the formula, the quadratic formula. I should remember minus b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac everything over 2a. This is the formula. Now if you compare this equation with standard form of quadratic equation, this is the standard form of quadratic equation. You see that our a is the coefficient of x squared, which is what? 15. You got that. Then our b is what? Coefficient of x, which is a, b, and c. Plug that in into the formula. So once you plug that in, we have x equal to minus, what is our b? Minus 2. So we have open bracket minus 2 plus or minus square root. What is our b? Minus 2, right? So we have minus 2 squared minus 4. So we have a times c. A is what? 15. C is what? Minus 1. So that is what we have. Everything over what? 2a. That's 2 times a. We have 2 times 15. Our a is 15. Don't forget. So we can simply do this. You have your calculator, of course. You can use your calculator. But something you can do on your own. Note this minus here. We have minus times minus is what? That's plus. So the minus is gone. we have plus or minus square root. Minus 2 squared, that is minus 2 times minus 2. Because minus times minus again is plus. And 2 times 2 is what? 4. So that is what we have. We have this as 4. 4. Then minus 4 times 15 times minus 1. Because we have minus here, we have minus here. That will give us plus 60. Everything over what? 2 times 15 is 30. So you do that, we have 2 plus or minus square root of 64. Someone should help me with square root of minus of 64. That will be 2 plus or minus 8 over 30. Now plus or minus, so you can say this is the same thing as 2 sorry for that, 2 plus 8 over 30 or 2 minus 8 over 30. So what's 2 plus 8? That's 10 over 30 or minus 6 over 30. So this goes with this. And 2 here is what? 2 here is what? Sorry for that, 6 can go. So we have 6 here and 5. So we have our final solution, x will be equal to 1 over 3 or minus 1 over 5. So that's pretty simple. That's how you solve quadratic equation by formula. It's very simple. Alright, moving on with our revision, let's look at how we roots in quadratic equation. Roots means solutions or answer. You can say answers. The answers you're going to get at the end, like we have before, we have x equals to minus 1, we have 1 over 3 or minus 1 over 5. These are the roots to the previous quadratic equation we saw. Now, what about the addition of the roots or the product of the roots without you solving the quadratic equation? So how will you do that? So we are going to reference that same question we solved before. So if we have, let's form a question from the given x squared, that's to find we are asked to find sum and product of roots. You are asked to find maybe alpha 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta, and you are asked to find the quadratic equation with roots 1 over with roots alpha squared and beta squared. So how will you tackle this question? Because it deals with symmetric properties of roots of quadratic equation. So once you understand that alpha and beta, of course, find that's if alpha, the condition is that alpha and beta are roots of the equation. So alpha and beta, oh sorry for that. So alpha and beta are roots of the equation. So that's a condition. If you have this, how will you solve this problem? Let's start with the first one. For the first one, let me shift this a bit. The first one, we have to find the sum and product of root. Generally, if you are to find the sum and product of root of a quadratic equation, if alpha and beta are the roots in this case, you can use any other letter. So if alpha and beta, sum means addition. That is minus b over a. And from this quadratic equation, we have denoted that a is 15, a is 15. Let me write that again. b is what? Minus 2. That's coefficient of x. And c is minus. So if you put it in there, our sum of root, which is sum, our sum of root will be minus into minus 2 over a, which is 15. So minus times minus will give us plus 2 over 15. That is the sum of roots. Now to find the product of root, product means alpha beta, alpha times beta. So and the formula is c over, you have to remember this, sum product. So c over a, our c here is minus 1 over 15, and that's all. That's how you find the product of root. if you solve this quadratic equation like we did before and sum them up, you're going to get 2 over 15. You multiply both of them, you get minus 1 over 15. But we did this without solving the quadratic equation. Now, quickly, for the second one, Roman figures, we have to sum this. From here, 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta. What you do is just to find the LCM, alpha, beta. This divides this, we get beta. So this is beta plus this divides this, alpha times 1, alpha. So you can see the sum of root is appearing up. So just put the answer 2 over 15, everything over minus 1 over 15. This is the product. Remember, product we have here already. So this is the same thing. I just do close, far. So we have 2 times 15 over 15 times minus 1. This goes with this. And we have 2 over minus 1, which is minus 2. So this is the same thing as minus 2. I'm sure you know what I did here. This is 2 over 15 divided by minus 1 over 15. It's 2 over 15 times 15 over minus 1. So you get this goes with this minus 2. So the same thing. Anyhow you want to do it, you get the same answer. That's how we can tackle question 2. Now for the last question, I think the last question, let me do away with this. The last question is somehow special. They said we should find the equation, find the equation with the roots alpha and beta. So anytime you want to form quadratic equation, when the roots are given, this is what you should do. Use this formula because there is a proof for that formula. Always use this formula to find the quadratic equation. Use x squared minus sum of the two roots plus the product of the roots equal to 0. Because this should give you the right quadratic equation. So now we have the roots to be alpha squared and beta squared. So this will be x squared minus sum of the two roots, alpha squared plus beta squared x, product alpha squared times beta squared equal to 0. It's just as simple as that. Now, what is the meaning of alpha squared plus beta squared? We can simplify this to be alpha plus beta all squared minus 2 alpha beta. So this is the same thing as this guy. Then the product is alpha beta all squared, because we know what sum of root is minus b over a, and we know what product of root is c over a. That's why we have to turn this. So these two are the same expression. So you can use any of them, but this is preferable. So we have x squared minus alpha plus beta is minus b over a squared minus 2 c over a x plus c over a squared. So this is still the quadratic equation in consideration. So if we are to do this, we have x squared minus b. Our b is what? Minus 2. So that will be minus into minus 2 over a is what? 15. Coefficient of x squared is our a, all squared. Minus 2, what is c? Minus 1 over 15. Then close the bracket, x plus c is minus 1 over 15 all squared. We are here equal to 0. So if you simplify this, you have x squared minus 2 over 15 squared minus times minus give us plus 2 over 15x. Sorry, the x is outside. Then plus 1 squared minus 1 squared is 1 minus 1 times minus 1 over 225 equal to 0. If we solve this, let's proceed. We have x squared minus 4 over 225 plus 2 over 15 x plus over 225 equal to 0. We proceed with that. Let me reduce that a little bit. Proceed with this. We have x squared. LCM is 225. 4 plus 225 divided by 15 should be 15. 30 x plus 1 over 225. So multiply through by 225. Multiply through by 225. So the quadratic equation is 225 x squared minus 4 plus this is 34x plus 1. So this is the quadratic equation with these roots. That is how you form quadratic equation when you have given roots. Just try and assimilate that. If you have questions, put it on the comment box. I'm going to reply as soon as possible. So let me give you another question. This root seems difficult. Let me make it easier. That's what we need to do for this question. What about you have a problem like this? Let's say you have, oh, let me do away with this. I want to bring up another problem. You have a problem and you're asked to find with the roots 3 plus root 2 and 3, let me give you the 3 minus say 3 over 4. You have this, of course, you should know that the difference of 2 squares. So how will you form quadratic equation with this? So let's go with the first one. The first one, that's the A part of the question. When you have 3 plus root 2 and 3 minus root 2, remember you use x squared. The formula you're going to use to form a quadratic equation is squared minus sum of roots equal to 0. So we have x squared minus sum of the roots 3 plus root 2 plus sum means addition of these two answers. So the other one 3 minus root 2 x plus the product. Product will be 3 plus root 2 times 3 minus root 2 squared minus the sum of the roots. If you have plus root 2 minus root 2, that should give us 0. So we have 3 plus 3 is what? 6 with the x. Now this is simply difference of two squares. Difference of two squares. So we have 3 times 3. If you expand this, you have 3 squared minus root 2 all squared equal to 0. That's what we have. So the final answer will be x squared minus 6x plus 9 minus 2. So we have x squared minus 6x plus 9 minus 2 is what? So that is how you form quadratic equation when you have the roots given. That's how you solve for it. Now let's look at how you are going to solve for b. To solve for b, use the same formula, x squared minus sum of roots x plus product equal to 0. So we have minus 3 over 4 and 3 over 4. So this will be x squared minus 3 over 4 plus 3 over 4. X product will be minus 3 over 4 times 3 over 4. So the sum here, the product here. So we have x squared minus this plus this will give us what? 0. And when you multiply this, of course, plus times minus will give us what? Minus. Then 3 times 3 is 9 over 16 equal to 0. So we have x squared minus 9. This is 0. You can clear out. 0 times x is 0 over 16. So like I told you, it's difference of two squares. So that's how you form a quadratic equation when the roots are given. Okay, finally, let me bring sum and product. The quadratic, I'm going to use the same quadratic equation. Find p if one of the roots, this is the question this time around, of the roots of the equation 15x squared minus is 1 over 3. So if one of the roots is 1 over 3, how will you find p? So in this case, you still use the idea of sum and product of roots. We know that sum of root alpha plus beta, if alpha and beta are the roots in this case, is minus b over a. So from here, minus b over a, we have minus b is a is 15, b is minus b, and c is minus 1. So that is minus into minus b over 15. That will give us b over 15. And we're told that one of the roots is 1 over 3. So we can keep that one of these is 1 over 3. We have 1 over 3 plus beta equals to b over 15. You can keep this equation. Then the product of roots alpha times beta is c over a. So here we have one of the roots, which is 1 over 3 times beta equal to c, that's minus 1 over 15. So you have two equations. So how are you going to solve for this? You have beta, you have p, and you have a number here. So you're going to combine them. You have from here, beta will be minus 3 over 15 if you cross multiply. So if you put it in here, you have 1 over 3 plus minus 3 over 15 equal to p over 15. We have 1 over 3 minus 3 over 15 plus times minus p over 15. So if you multiply through by 15, you have 5 minus 3 equal to p. So our p is 2. So you can solve that. You find the LCM of this, cross multiply, you get your answer. But it's easier. You multiply this by 15, multiply this by 15, multiply this by 15. 3 here is 5, 15 goes with 15, and you have p to be 2. So you can see that p is 2. It's the same quadratic equation I gave to you before. That is how you solve problem like this. But the problem can also come out. If you have questions, just drop it on the comment section. So let's say you are asked to find. Now we know that p is 2. P is 2, and let's erase this and call it k plus k. You are asked to find k. Okay, let's set the question again. You are asked to find k if 15 squared is equal to 0 is a perfect square. If you say perfect square, it simply means that the roots are the same, that you have two equal answers. So if you have a perfect square, it simply means that b equal to b squared equals to 4ac. That's the meaning of perfect square. It means that the discriminant b squared minus 4ac is 0. It means that this is 0. So if you bring this here, you get this. So what's our b squared here? B is minus 3 squared. 4, a is what? 4 times k. So we have 9 minus 3 squared equal to 16k. So our k is definitely 9 over 16. That's the value of k if you have a perfect square. Alright, that is it for now. That is it for quadratic equation. How to factorize, how to solve quadratic equation using formula method, and working with sum and product of roots, symmetric properties of roots. If you have any question, please drop on the comment box. Thank you. Like, subscribe, and share.